example. This is a relationship between one entity set. Okay, for if employee number is the primary key of employees. How to convert this ER diagram? Now, okay, their name. Now we'll convert. The ER entity set to a relation. Employees, number, and name. Okay, now we'll convert. The relationship. This relationship is a many-one relationship. This side is many, this side is one. So this is a many-one relationship. And if we want to convert a many-one relationship, there are two choices. The first one is we can convert this relationship to a relation, and two side. Okay, employee number. Now we'll rename the employee number, the primary key of employee number, to inferior number. Okay, now the first is inferior number. And for this side, we'll also get employee number, including the primary key of employee number. So then we'll also rename it by the rule. Okay, now superior number. Okay, now we'll convert the many-one relationship to a relation. And we know for a many-one relationship, the primary key of this relation is the primary key of the many side. On the many side, the inferior is the many side. So inferior number is the primary key. Inferior number is the primary key. Okay, now E number is the primary key of the employee. Okay, this is the first choice. And we can also convert it like this. We need not convert the relationship to a relation. We can add the primary key of the one side to the many side. Okay, now one side is superior, so we'll add the employee number into the primary key is employee number. So we'll add employee number to the employees, and because of the rule, we'll rename the attributes as superior employee number. Okay, we can also convert this ER diagram to one relation like this. Okay, and if the relationship is many relationship, okay, E number is also the primary key. How to convert it? There is only one choice, one conversion, one way. Employees, E number is the primary key name. And because it is a many relationship, so we must convert manager to a relation. Manager. Okay, now two side. Okay, this side is superior, so almost the same as this one. We'll rename it to inferior employee number and superior employee number. Superior employee number. Okay. Inferior superior number is the employee number. If the primary key of inferior number for this edge, we'll rename it based on the rules. And this superior number is the primary key of the employees. We'll rename it based on this rule. Okay. Now, because this is a many relationship, so the primary key of manager is the set of inferior number and the superior number. Okay, this is the difference. We can convert this relation ER diagram like this one, like this, and we can convert this relationship like this. ER diagram like this, and the difference between these two ER diagrams is that the primary key for this ER diagram, the primary key of manager is inferior employee number, and the primary key of for this ER diagram, for the many relationship, the primary key of the manager is inferior number and superior number. Okay, this is the conversion of these two ER diagram. And we already know how, from the former example, we already know how to handle weak entity set. If we want to convert weak entity set, we'll convert R to a relationship whose attributes are composed of the relation attributes of E and the key of R. We cannot convert R to a relation. We convert E. We'll convert E. Add the primary key of F to the relation to E, and we'll not convert R to a relation. Don't convert R. Okay, now let's look at another example. This example, we'll give this example from ER diagram, from drawing ER diagram to conversion from ER to relation. Okay, following is example of database application. We have built a marketing database system for a sale company. We will manage all the following informations. The first, image all departments information in the company. So department is a weak entity set. From this database requirement, we know department is an is an entity set. It's an entity set, and we'll image all the departments. So Jiangsu CR department, Shanghai CR department is the name of the department. Okay, it's the name of the department. And we also manage salesman information. So salesman is also an entity set. We are in manager information in those departments. So there are relationship between salesman and the departments. A salesman in a department. Working a department. Okay, we know a department, there are many salesmen in the department. I think it's not necessary to write it. We all know that. Okay, and there are some information, employee number, ID number. Okay, now employee number, employee ID, employee number, ID number, and name, gender, name, gender, birthday, phone. Okay. Now, in this database requirement, we say we cannot find the sentence like a person may have many phone numbers. So we think a phone number is a single value. It's a single value. Okay. By the way, one of the salesmen will act as the department manager. So a salesman will act as department manager in his department. So there is another relationship will be recorded. This relationship is manager between salesman and department. A salesman may be a manager in one department. And in a department there is a salesman be a manager. So the multiplicity of many a manager is 1 1. In a department there is only one salesman as manager. So this side is 1. A salesman can be manager or in only one department. So this side is 1. So this is a 1-1 relationship. Okay, now manage a group of customers. Okay, now customers. And there are names, province, this information. So these are attributes. City, company, phone. Okay. And manage all the products information. Products. Information. Maker, type, specification, price, description. Okay. And we are manage all sales order. Okay, now sales order. Sales order information. Sales order will record each deal has been done. Every sales order contains a unique number. Okay, order number. Sign date. And a corresponding customer. So there is a relationship between sales order and the customer. One customer, only a corresponding customer. So one customer, and we know a customer maybe have many deals, can have many deal. Okay, now a salesman. Okay, so there is a relationship between sales order and salesman. One salesman. So this is 1. A sales order has a salesman, and at least one kind of product. So this is a many relationship. And any product in the order should have its quantity. Okay, quantity is the relationship, the attribute of this relationship, because this is the quantity of the product in this sales order. And unit price. Unit price is also the attribute of this many relationship. Okay, they will say it item, sales item. Okay, name it this relationship as sales item. Okay, now quantity and unit price is the attribute of this many relationship. Okay, which is used to calculate to total price. Total price is used to calculate. So total price is not necessary to record in the database, because we can calculate it by quantity and unit price. If we record this, record the total price, is redundancy. Okay, now we're ready to draw the ER diagram based on the database requirement. Now, the next step is to find all the primary key. Department name is the primary key department. Also, and sometimes you can add some ID. For example, we can add an ID, department ID, as the primary key. Okay, now salesman. We know sales employee ID is used to identify each employee. So employee ID is the primary key. Now where I change another color. Okay, now department is the primary key. Employee ID is the primary key. Okay, now sales order, because sales order, because order number is unique. So order number is the primary key. Now customer name, province, city, company, phone. Is difficult to find an attribute or a set of a simple set of attribute to identify customers. So you can add an ID. Add an ID. For example, customer ID. Okay, as primary key. And you can also write product ID. Product ID as the primary key of product. Now, let's look at this many relationship. For many relationship and multi-way relationship, we know if we find a multi-way relationship in a ER diagram, it's necessary to convert the ER diagram, the multi-way relationship to binary relationship. Convert the multi-way relationship to entity sets and some binary relationships. And when we face to many relationship, it's better to convert this many relationship to an entity set, because it will be easier to find the keys for a relation. And if we convert this many relationship, we'll convert this to entity set and build the relationship between the entity set entity set and the new entity set, and the connecting entity set, and the other two entity set. Okay, now we'll get this, and we know now Now it is a weak entity. Now it is an entity set. Let's find the primary key of this entity set. Quantity, unit price. It's unuseful. Now we'll convert. We can we can find other primary keys, the primary key of other entity set to identify sales item. Sales item. How to identify a sales item? Sales order. In a sales order and product. So we can use we can use the primary key of sales order and the primary key of product to identify it. So then sales item is a weak entity set, and this relationship are a double diamond relationship. And there is another choice. We can use. We know in we know if we find sales item we'll find all the order where the products in the sales order will be listed at that like this. 1, the 2, 3 will list the products in the sales order like this. So we can add another attributes to identify sales order, line number. Okay, if we add line number, line number can be a part of the primary key. We'll use a sales order number and line number to identify it. So then this is not a double diamond. We're just the key. For this, the key is sales order, order number, and the line number to identify a sales item. So